Shit gets really real in this video. This is my manager, Joshua Fabia, negotiating on my behalf and busting these motherfuckers trying to cheat us out of money on a business deal. You'll see how a real man handles some shit, LOL. This is like a TV drama, heated tempers and all. Ooh, Nelly. This is going to be serious. Whoever wrote this must have been super impressed with Joshua Fabia's negotiating skills. By the way, anytime that you say something like, this is how a real man handles some shit, if you're being serious, like if you're seriously saying that, you're like, watch how a real man handles the shit. I say that all the time as a fucking joke to my daughters and my wife. All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. I don't want to do any more Joshua Fabia videos. However, my analytics are demanding it, okay? They demand that I do Josh Fabia videos. And if he's not gonna put out any new content, if he's gonna refuse to go on any of these podcasts and talk, then I'm gonna dig up old stuff. And believe it or not, people keep sending me things. And some of them are good. Some of them are really, really good and notable, like the ones I'm gonna show you today. So we're gonna go over a few different videos today. One of them is gonna be a surprise. Now that surprise one is only a minute long. It's not me pretending, okay? Like, I know in the last video, I said, oh, you know, if you know about his history, and then I did the incel thing. These are all actually Josh Fabia. These are all totally real. And I kind of feel like I'm riding a dead horse, but listen, if the videos do 60, 70,000 views every single time, I mean, clearly there are people who are still interested, so, you know, I'll do it. Give the people what they want. I don't have the luxury to not do them, all right? I'm not rich like you. At least not in YouTube subscribers or in anything else. Or maybe I am, or maybe I'm not, okay? So we're gonna go through two videos here before we get to the surprise one. First one is going to be Diego Sanchez and Joshua Fabia at dinner with two guys. And this is extraordinarily telling, okay? That's kind of the point of these, is like, this is what it was really like to be with this guy, okay? And I say this like, I went back and I watched some of my early videos. Like the ones kind of before Diego and him split, where I was going pretty hard on Diego because I kind of felt bad. I was like, man, I really went hard on him. And then I watched those videos again and all the guilt went away. It's like, still a grown man saying those things. But for now, I will say I'm very happy that this guy has broken off from this guy. And I'm not meaning to like fuck with Diego right now. This is just, you know, people are interested. So this is them at dinner. Okay, now remember, Josh Fabia said that Diego is a bad tipper, okay? Remember that. He said he's a bad tipper, man. You know, like it's a big red flag. Guy hates to tip people. Can you believe that? The guy hates to tip people. I am very generous with money. Very generous. I always tip the shit out of waiters, and that's because I'm so giving. Also because of, let's watch this. Boom. Whoops. God damn it. Now let's watch this. Boom.
Go on, Judas.
He jumped on it.
And Judas is second to that?
He jumped on it.
Jumped on it.
Ooh, big check, huh? Big check.
No. Stop.
Oh, no. Don't, stop, guys.
Money away.
Put your money away.
On that era,
I've got this. Diego, give me your card. Come on, give me your card.
Exactly, that's their hustle.
I know, dude. You gotta
Listen to this.
Come on. Don't worry about it. I see that.
He said how much? He said don't worry about it.
My airplane.
That's what he like. See how he did use the height on
Look,
Okay, so is it hard to be generous when you tip with someone else's money? No, not generally. Generally, it's pretty easy to be very generous when you're tipping with Diego's money. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the red flag doesn't lie with Diego. All right. Now, anyway, this one's much more interesting though. Okay, so this apparently came from Diego's OnlyFans, which is funny only because of the caption that went along with this. Someone put this video up thinking again that this would reflect well on Josh Fabia. Okay, like in case you guys need a refresher on how all of this started, right? So Josh went on a rampage saying he was gonna expose the UFC. I've been recording these fools for years, dog. I got all the evidence. I'm gonna bury these cocksuckers. These motherfuckers are going down. I got all the evidence. You don't even know, dude. You don't even know the kind of evidence I've got. But first, I'm going to put this one out just to discredit their story. And then they put out the video, and it's like, do you really think that discredits them? All it does is make you look like a fucking idiot. Like, you thought that was going to make them look bad? It makes you look like you graduated like 7th grade and then never went back to school. If that. So, I don't understand. Well, get a load of this video. Put out the next one. You know, they put out a story, and it's the same thing every single time. Every single time the video would be like, why would you think this makes you look good? Okay? This is maybe the ultimate version of that, like bigger than any of the other ones. Okay? So let's go ahead and start to look at this video. Okay? Now, first of all, before we even get into it, let's look at the caption here. All right? So the caption says, shit gets really real in this video. Keep in mind who's writing these. Obviously, it's Josh. As we've established, this is on OnlyFans. Shit gets really real in this video. This is my manager, Joshua Fabia, negotiating on my behalf and busting these motherfuckers trying to cheat us out of money on a business deal. You'll see how a real man handles some shit, LOL. This is like a TV drama, heated tempers and all. Ooh, Nelly. This is going to be serious. Whoever wrote this must have been super impressed with Joshua Fabia's negotiating skills. By the way, anytime that you say something like, this is how a real man handles some shit, if you're being serious, like if you're seriously saying that, you're like, watch how a real man handles the shit. I say that all the time as a fucking joke to my daughters and my wife, okay? Like literally, if I say, hey, watch me do this like a man, I say that all the time. And it is a 100% joke, okay? Like, although actually, you know what? You could say it being serious if you're belittling someone else. Like as an example, Ali Abdelaziz said it on Twitter the other day when he was like, hey, little young fighters, stop trying to do business on Twitter. Okay, real men do business behind closed doors. That's fair. Actually, you know what? That's actually not that different than this, except that when it's Ali, it's credible. When it's this guy, it's not. Anyway, so check this out. But just think about Joshua Fabia typing that out. You'll see how a real man handles some shit. And then he wrote LOL. Like, what's the least real man shit ever? Laugh out loud. This is like a TV drama, heated tempers and all. So when you watch this, seriously think about the fact that Josh doesn't know anything about business. He's performing, dude. This whole thing is like a performance to him. Okay, let's watch. Ready, go, boom.
No, I mean just because you. No, because I'm trusted and I'm talking straight to the owners, not because I'm making a phone call through the thing. So what I'm trying to show you is I'm in the internet business, and when I'm showing you and trying to explain we can help you, this is my assistant, this is what I do for a living. I don't actually get money from the state at this moment, but I will. So what I'm trying to explain is, how are you going to get money from the state? Because we too will qualify for grants.
Okay, so I guess I just keep asking the same question. And
so the number is
what do you guys want per bottle?
So you tell me what you're willing to go to, that I can go to these people and make a deal happen. So what I'm saying is $25 wholesale good enough? So do 25 times 3,000 to give them a number. Because this is all they want. They just
look at everyone's face.
Satisfy their cost being taken care of, even though we didn't cost you anything. 75,000. So all of a sudden that jumped up. So everybody's happy there, right? So 75 plus 15. Okay, so does that make everybody happy? Does that work out? And can we now make some meat off the signature since you're not going to have any space here for anybody?
You said 75 plus 15. What do you want?
No, 75.
Okay, let's pause right there. So this guy at the end of the table, he's had about enough of Josh Fabia. I would imagine this is not the first time that he's met him, because he is just like, okay, guy, I wish that I knew the real circumstances of this business deal, because even in this very short 3-minute clip, you could tell that like Josh is just yelling things. He has, like, later on, he makes threats that make no sense. So I would imagine when he's talking about the business, it also makes no sense. But this guy at the end of the table, you could just see he's like try to imagine being in a business deal and you get this, like with Diego, obviously. And then you get this tiny little man who comes in and he's like, he stands on top of the table and you're still looking at him at eye level. You know, he's standing there and he's looking you right in the eye and yelling at you. And you're like, could you sit down? I would, but then I wouldn't be able to see over the table. And I need to look you in the eye when I tell you this deal's not going to fly, my man. It ain't going to fly. and I'm gonna look you in the face while I do it because I'm a man. And this is how a real man does shit. They're like, you're literally 6 inches tall. Can you go and sit in the, I don't wanna see your face, okay? We're trying to have a big boy conversation. Oh yeah? Yeah. Oh yeah? Yeah. What are you gonna do, little elf? You gonna kick me with your little foot? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna run over here trying to kick me? Okay, you're 6 inches tall. You can't even reach my face. Look at where you are compared to the table. Here's a microphone for you. At least then you can sound a little bit louder. Little elf, run along. Anyway, this guy's not taking his shit at all. So let's continue. Boom.
The signed bottle, what do you want for the
15.
signed bottle?
Look, what do you mean? What do I want with the signed bottle? We already signed it.
How much do you want for the signed bottle? I mean, obviously this is, you want a bigger cut.
No, not a bigger cut. Not a bigger cut.
You know what it is.
No, not a bigger cut. You don't have the right to even call the cut on this. And so the same way you wanted to play 90-10, we're at 90 fucking 10.
Okay, so this is the deal.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm getting irritated.
Okay, well, I'm irritated.
So I'm
So
getting,
75.
no, you shut up and listen to me, goddammit. All right, because I'm sick and tired of your bullshit.
Oh, I'm bullshit.
This is it.
I'm bullshit. The 150,000 in the business.
Okay, this is it. We have a contract.
Yeah, we do.
And
We
so
do.
we're
And you
abiding by the
also,
contract.
yeah, we're also in a contract that I'll call the
Right.
lawyer, and you got us involved with somebody that you're not a viable fucking business. You're not making real money.
Well, we'll see
You got
what
us
happens.
under
Get the
false
fuck out.
intentions.
All right, let's pause it right there at get the fuck out. Okay. So this, oh man, this is hilarious because now, I mean, you know, now I can tell you exactly what's going on. Okay. They signed Diego as a rev share partner in an early stage startup that didn't have revenue yet. They were like, here's what we're going to do. Okay. And idiot Fabia, who knows zero about building a business, which is why, he's having to pay for dinner with Diego's money, is like, listen, man, we signed a contract here. You're not even making money. You're not even a viable business. Okay. So you don't have the right to tell me to. And these guys are like, oh, okay, cool. So you don't like, this is just a little angry elf who's trying to sound tough, has no idea what he's talking about. None. Every single thing this guy says just demonstrates I have no idea what I'm talking about. I literally have no experience. I'm just here to do this routine where I act tough. His whole life is just like, it is just this routine, Hey, look, bro, you're gonna fucking dirt. That's what you're gonna do because I said it. Because I said it strong. And they're like, okay, guy. Actually, let me get to the next part because this is really funny. Let's go. Boom.
Fuck out. Sit down.
Yeah, you got us under false
Get the
intentions.
fuck out.
Yeah, sit down.
Okay.
Sit down.
So false intentions of getting us involved in a 10% that is no money. $6,000, $12,000 a year. We're getting $10,000. We did it in 10 seconds. So I'm trying to understand how you're helping us.
Look, the way we're helping each other out is that we're trying
It's a startup.
to build a product that's coming from New Mexico, and I thought that was our original intent.
And
Do
that's
you agree
right.
with all this stuff, by the way? Are you on board with all this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Come on.
I just want to make sure
Come on,
because
man.
you know what?
I don't need to do the speaking.
Okay, let's pause right there. I don't need to do the speaking because I've got this guy right here. Look, this is how this happens, okay? Like, this is how this happens. And as a matter of fact, in the event that Diego were to see this or Diego's people were to see this, that's why he shouldn't take, again, like I said, I keep going back and forth. Like, he said the things, he's a man, but I do understand, like, this is why. So I was actually just having a conversation the other day with a buddy of mine who runs a jiu-jitsu magazine, and we were texting back, and I was saying, like, what's the point of even having a manager if they can't collectively bargain? And then as soon as I typed it, I was like, never mind. Because I'm thinking, like, you can't help but just, like, think about the world through your own eyes. You experience the world the way that you experience the world. And that you have to make an effort to see the world the way that other people see it. It's like, you look at that person, you size them up, you're like, all right, so what's important to them? Which I had to literally train myself to do through my whole life. It's like, it's not a natural thing for a lot of people. It wasn't natural for me. I trained myself to be able to do it. So as soon as you're like, all right, so if it were me, yeah, I need a manager because I wanted them to be able to I want to increase my leverage. Okay. But for like, if I didn't have that, then I could just negotiate my own deals. But like a person like Diego, like, dude, this guy, he's a fighter. That's like, he's a fighter. Right here, this is not his bag. Like, this is just not his bag. He's like, and so a person like that, where this is not their bag, and they're getting approached all the time by people that are like, Jesus, I need someone who can tell me what's what. Like, I don't fucking know if this is a good thing to get into. I have no fucking idea. Like, I don't even know what questions to ask. I have no idea what would be a good answer. Even if I did, I need someone to help me. And then you have, you know, little snake oil right here who comes waltzing up. He comes like waltzing up like a little snake. He's a little snake in the grass, and then he pops his head up. He's like a gopher. He's like, did someone say they needed help with some business? Because I'm the king of business. Let me tell you about all the things I've done, Diego. And Diego's like, Jesus, would you like me to pick you up and then put you on the table so we can talk eye to eye, little gopher? I can get on the table myself. How are you gonna pull that off? Magic death punch. I'll probably edit that out. That's not a good joke, okay? But nonetheless, now you have the gopher on the table and you're talking to him and he's gotcha. He is gonna get you covered. Here's another example. You know that Evander Holyfield, made an enormous amount of money and then, ended up filing bankruptcy. You know that his first money manager was just some dude who owned a car dealership? Okay, that's a true story. Like, in this case, it's actually not that different. When you ask Evander Holyfield about it, he's like, I didn't know anybody who knew anything about money. He's the only person I knew who knew anything about money, right? So you got get these guys that are making money. They have no idea what to do. Like, they don't have any idea what to do. The only thing they know is that they know how to spend money. And they know they probably should have someone helping them. So it's like, hey, this guy owns a car dealership. And if you're from where Evander Holyfield is from, legit, seriously, if you're from where Evander Holyfield is from, the ghetto, the real ghetto, you don't know, the difference between, a guy who probably has, he has a net worth of $1.7 million and, a legit hedge fund manager. You can't even see the difference. There's because you come from such abject poverty that a guy who owns a car dealership and is a millionaire, you're like, man, this guy can really help me. And they'll fuck you. They'll fuck the shit out of you. They will, you're a fighter. You could beat them up physically. You're not allowed to do that anymore. Okay. You have one little sanctioned place where that benefits you. Okay. Outside of that, you can't just go around fucking people up anymore. So all that strength doesn't mean anything, because someone will take a pen, put it on a piece of paper, and fuck you directly up your ass, So, that's what happened to Evander Holyfield. That is what Joshua Fabia, if Joshua Fabia would have gotten a hold of a boxer who had a lot more money than Diego, he would have drained their bank account too. Anyway, let's go. Boom.
But you know what? You guys, it's been explained. Is it that fucking hard to see?
It hasn't been explained.
$50 fucking for my signature? You guys are just gonna do this and not even
We were trying to
Look, these people want to do business. They're ready to put it up on the site right now. Not Thanksgiving.
Okay, you know what?
So this is all I'm saying. Do you want to do business or not? Or do you want to sit on these and fucking deal with it yourself?
Hold on.
What do you want to do here? And owe us for the
I think
signatures?
everybody's a little heated up here, so I think we need to just settle down a little bit.
You're under contract. What are you yelling about?
That's fine. We're gonna sell.
You're under contract with an early stage startup. There's nothing you can do except say, how are we going to make this situation better? You have no threats. You have no.
The number is on that, so we can talk about it.
Listen to this.
That's
What Josh says.
a long way. Just get us to the point we need to start talking.
So the point is, as I said, sir, if you're not going to give us numbers to understand how much you're making, so that we know how much we have the viability to make, that's called dishonest business, and I can scratch your fucking contract right now.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can, because you're improper in business in getting us in the idea that you're not giving us 10% of anything. And Diego being who he is in the state of New Mexico, I think people would find that very interesting.
Okay, that's the end of the video. Okay, so what we could have done at the very beginning of this fucking conversation is just gone, guys, okay, we took a chance doing a deal with an unproven startup company. Our problem is we're not seeing any money from you guys, and we don't have any access to your books. We have no idea how much money you guys are making, okay? So you're sending us, what, $6,000 a year? Okay, that's a lot less than we talked about. Now, how do we know that you guys don't have $600,000 coming in and you owe us another $53,000 for the year and then ongoing? How do we know that? What insight do we have that we are getting our accurate cut? Because it's a lot less money than we talked about. We're looking for visibility into your books, okay? That's what we're looking for. We have no way to validate that that we're being paid what we're owed, okay? That is what you should have said at the beginning, and then that's what that's the kind of thing that business people say to each other all the time, okay? What Josh did was go blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna stamp my feet on the table. I'm as tall as a ketchup bottle, and I'm going to stamp my feet on the table and say a bunch of nonsense and kill my own credibility. And then right there, He says, if you guys won't show us the books, then that's what's called dishonest business, and I can just tear this contract up. No, you can't, you fucking idiot. That's just 100% not accurate. Unless in the contract, it said you can have full visibility into their accounting, you get to audit their books or something. If it doesn't say that, then no, you can't. You can't tear the fucking you can tear the contract up, but it doesn't mean you're not under contract. You can tear the contract, you burn the contract into the ground. Still under contract, okay? So, anyway. So if you're going to get a manager, do a better job vetting them. Like as an example, in case you guys haven't been watching these videos, I'm open for business. I would love to help you guys. I would love to help fighters. I would love to help anybody. If you guys have like legit deals you want somebody to look at, I'm not going to charge you a bunch of money either for them. I mean, maybe like a little bit. I don't know. I literally thought of this business 5 seconds ago, and it's not even a real business. The point is, anybody would be better than Josh. I would for sure be better than Josh, obviously. But nonetheless, so yeah, if you're thinking about letting Josh be your business manager, let this be a lesson to you, and don't. Anyway, if you like the content, subscribe, ring the bell. Peace.